Hello. I want to tell you some stories. I want to actually tell you about the true events that are behind the horror film Wolf Creek. Wolf Creek is a slasher film from 2005, and the film is about three backpackers that are traveling through the Australian outback, and they get trapped in this horrible nightmare situation in where a psychopath killer fixes his eyes on them and he will stop at nothing until he kills them. Pretty scary. The events as they are narrated on the film didn't actually happen the way the film tells you, but it is inspired by two true cases. The first case is the backpacker murders by Ivan Milat. He killed around 7 young people, backpackers, that were traveling through New South Wales in Australia in between 1989 and 1993. Well, the similar aspects of the murders are that the bodies were all found in kind of like this remote bush sort of area, and they were found with a pile or a pyramid of sticks and ferns made on top of them. I don't know if it was some sort of ritual or he just liked the aesthetics. Also, all the victims have been stabbed multiple times on the torso and chest. Some of them had rape signs, and when bullets were found, they were all of the same .22 caliber. And that's how they kind of like pointed all the murders to him. He was arrested in 2000. He was arrested in 1994 because he was about to kidnap another victim, but he managed to escape. So he went to the police, told them about it. The police put things together, and they got Ivan. And he was sentenced to jail, and he spent his life in prison, dying last year in 2019 without ever confessing to the murders. The second case that could be more similar to the film really is the murder that Bradley Murdoch committed in 2001. So the story goes as follows. Peter Falconio and his girlfriend Joanne Lees were traveling through Australia in 2001 in July in the summer. You know, they were doing the classic Australian road trip, and they were traveling through a remote part in the Northern Territory in Australia. They were driving their caravan at night. They realized that there was a car following them at some point. They just didn't think twice about it, but a few moments later, a few miles later, the car started signaling them as to something's happening. So the car pulled over, and they pulled over after the car, and the driver of this car told them, I think there's something wrong with your engine, like there's something at the back that is wrong. So Peter got out of the car and went to the back of the van with this person to check the possible damage. And 2 seconds later, his girlfriend Joanne just heard a gunshot and saw her boyfriend getting murdered. As soon as this happened, she found herself trapped in this van with this man pointing the gun at her and tying her hands and legs together, as in he was gonna kidnap her. So she obviously must have freaked out, and when this man left her for a second to get her boyfriend's body, she managed to escape. And a few hours later, she managed to stop a van or a truck. It was a truck. She managed to stop a truck that was passing by, told the driver what was happening, and he put her to safety. They went to the police, told the story, and when they went back to the scene in where they were pulled over, there was only a big puddle of blood, and the van, their camper van, wasn't there. They actually found the van a few miles ahead, but the van was empty. Because of some DNA that was on John's t-shirt, police were able to trace back to Bradley Murdoch, and they arrested him for the crime. He was convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole until like 2040 something, and he is still in prison nowadays. However, Peter's body was never found. So these are the two real-life stories that Wolf Creek based its script to make the film, which is actually pretty scary because, I mean, I've been traveling in a van in Australia as a backpacker, and you know, what is more scary than finding yourself in the middle of nowhere, knowing that there's a psychopath chasing you? And imagine, like, if you've been camping, just imagine being in the middle of the forest or in a camping or wherever, and imagine just being there with someone chasing you, and I'm not a really good runner, you know, someone chasing you with like no possibility of escaping because there's nothing around you. That is pretty scary, and that's what makes Wolf Creek a really good horror film. Let me know if you've watched it, and if you knew this story. I hope I kind of like made myself clear. I haven't filmed a video in a while, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out. But yeah, let me know if you've watched it and what did you think about it. That's it for today, and thanks for watching.